Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video. Today I'm doing another review of one of the exclusive B&M Doctor Who action figure 3-packs. This time round I'm looking at the Companions of the Fourth Doctor set. I'm very excited about this one, and yeah, again, much like the other 2 3-packs that I've reviewed on the channel so far, this retails for I think £19.99 and or 20 quid basically, I think. And also, again, for my own benefit as opposed to anyone else's, I'm recording this on the 26th of July 2020. So yeah, that being said, this video may be released and or uploaded to the channel way in the future. Hopefully not, but yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, I'll start out with Elizabeth Sladen's Sarah Jane Smith, which I'm not going to lie, I think is a superb figure. I absolutely adore this figure already, and yeah, yeah, I'm very happy with this figure. I like the fact that they've basically just reused the Martha Jones sort of figure in the combat gear from sort of the end of Series 3. I honestly really like that. I think it really suits this figure. I think it would have been really difficult for Character Options to have made a figure with, say, the sort of yellow sort of raincoat, I think, because they would have had to potentially do that from scratch. I think the likeness to Elizabeth Sladen and or Sarah Jane is, if my camera will focus, really goddamn good, you know. It definitely looks like her, and again, I think using the Martha Jones figure sort of body really works here. You know, you've got the sort of army combat trousers and the brown boots, and then you've got this sort of green, sort of khaki green, or sort of dark green with this sort of khaki beige sort of trousers with the sort of splashes of green and brown, dark brown, to give that sort of army combat look. Nice belt as well, and then just the sort of same sort of torso that, as I say, that Martha Jones figure would have, but with the phenomenal head sculpt of Elizabeth Sladen on the top there, and with such nice hair as well on her head. That just looks like what it did in Genesis / Revenge of the Cybermen, you know. A figure that I think I'm pretty confident in saying that everyone really wanted, you know, and we finally got it. So we have finally now got a complete set of, you know, the 3 main characters from season 12 and or the first season / series of Tom's run, you know, Harry, Sarah and Tom, and all the season 12 Tom, which is just insane and phenomenal. And yeah, I'm over the moon with this figure. I do really like it, you know. If you couldn't already tell. Articulation wise, it's just the same as any sort of humanoid sort of Character Options figure, you know. 360 hands in at the elbows, and that 360 arm all the way around, 360 head presumably, and that might be a bit tricky because of some of the hair. The arms, I mean the legs even, go out to sides and then in at the knees, and that. And then you can move the boots as well, sort of left to right, and that. There's no like ball joint or anything, and that. But yeah, the figure articulation wise is sort of the standard, as I say, sort of Character Options sort of articulation really. Moving on to the second figure of this set, which is probably for me the one that I'm least interested in personally, but you know, I like this set a lot because I feel like it's a set where there'll be at least one figure, if not 2 figures you really want in this set. So, you know, at a push you're only really getting one figure that you might not really want, but even so, the fact that they've bundled all 3 of what essentially is the last 3 companions and or figures we needed to complete the companion roster of the Fourth Doctor is phenomenal. I appreciate that, you know, technically we don't have Adric, Nyssa and Tegan, but technically they're more 5th Doctor companions than they are 4th Doctor ones. And also, I was thinking about this earlier yesterday or the day before, that, you know, those figures will be really difficult to do because of the height of obviously Matthew Waterhouse and or Adric, and then the fact that Nyssa and Tegan and Adric would all be new figures. So unlike with these figures, they can't really reuse bodies as much or as easily, I don't think. That being said, I think Mary Tam as Romana 1 is using a primeval figure whose name, like, of the character escapes me. But yeah, she's in the Pirate Planet sort of costume that she wore from that episode, this sort of pink, sort of neon pink, bright little jacket. She's got like this like little smirk on her face and that, and she's quite tan as well, which I don't know if that's like, you know, the norm or like to be expected or like screen accurate as it were. I'm not sure, but yeah. And then the rest of the figure's just this sort of white wash or white sort of colour. The hair is pretty cool, like sort of detailed and whatnot. And I don't, as I say, I don't really have much to say about this figure because again, it's the one that I'm least interested in. And also, yeah, I've not really seen much of Romana 1 and or Mary Tam as Romana. I mean, I have seen Pirate Planet on the Horror Channel once years ago, so I can't really remember much of her performance. I've experienced her in the Fourth Doctor Adventure Series 2, and I thought she was really good in that. So yeah, if you're a big Romana 1 fan, then obviously this is the set for you, because here she is finally in action figure form, so that's cool. Another figure that I really wanted and was really looking forward to, like the Sarah Jane one, was Romana 2, as played by Lalla Ward, in the stunning Destiny of the Daleks sort of pink variant version of Tom's costume, you know, which I again really like. And much like the previous two figures, this is just a reuse of, ironically, a Sarah Jane Adventures figure, where she's got the sort of big, relatively big white coat in that version, when they've just sort of grabbed that and painted it pink and added this sort of white scarf as well, which is removable, although I did remove it and then try and put it back on, and it is a bit of a pain. But the hair is sculpted in such a way that you can sort of, you know, sort of take it off and on. Although, as I say, taking it off isn't the difficult part, but putting it back on is the difficulty bit. I genuinely think this looks like Lalla Ward from the story Destiny of the Daleks, and I'm not gonna lie, I do quite like Destiny of the Daleks. It's I think it's honestly an underrated Doctor Who episode, and or if not underrated, a bit of a guilty pleasure episode that I like watching, and that. And yeah, I like the boots. The boots are nice, and that, and the detailing of the pockets and the rest of the stuff. You know, the buttons and the other pockets on the other side, and the sort of dark pink, purpley. Yeah, it's like a dark pink sort of lining sort of thing to give the coat a bit of a definition. And underneath you've just got sort of white shirt sort of thing, again from I think the Elizabeth Sladen figure, and then you've just got this sort of like long white scarf, which almost looks like one of the Tom Baker scarves, but as I say, just sort of painted over in white, and it's white on both sides as well. And that, I think my only criticism with this figure, unfortunately, is the fact that she's one of those figures that on display will be kind of difficult to display because her feet go a bit skew-if. That is one criticism, but also another would actually be the scarf. The scarf sometimes I feel like should have like maybe a little clip at the bottom of a costume, maybe a clip it there, so it's less sort of like, you know, just sort of like extended somewhat at the front, you know, because it's like, I'd rather, you know, I guess I could just glue it to there, but then it's like a bit annoying because then it's like I can't remove the scarf, I guess. I mean, I guess I could just remove the scarf if it is really kind of annoying me, which I'm not going to lie, it is kind of annoying me. And again, I think other than the head maybe not being able to move 360, the articulation should be the same as it is for the other two lovely companions we got in this set. So yeah, much like the unit set, I think I'd give it a well-earned 8 out of 10. I think it's a really strong set. I do wish that maybe it came with some accessories, but I'm not sure what those even would be, you know, accessory wise, but it would have been nice to have included something maybe from one or two stories that feature, you know, Sarah or feature Romana, and that. But at the end of the day, we have got 3 new figures, and 2 of which that I really, really wanted, being Romana 2 and Sarah Jane. So yeah, I am over the moon. And as I say, I'd give it a strong 8 out of 10 as a figure set. I think 20 quid is definitely, you know, it's definitely worth getting if you're a massive 4th Doctor fan like I am, or you're just someone who really wants to complete, as I say, the sort of 4th Doctor companion sort of set that we've built, or collection that we've all built up, hopefully, during collecting these Doctor Who action figures. So yeah, 8 out of 10 from me. 8 out of 10 from me. Thanks for watching. Please do comment, rate, and subscribe.